Happy Saturday, everybody. It's Mr. First Down here, your favorite Titans fan, and I'm ready to talk football. And I've got two guests with me we're going to talk football with. For the Texans, I have Rios from Just Fans Podcast, and from the Huddle Podcast, he is the man with the glorious locks, even though he's got kind of a Rastafarian thing going now. And we're going to talk all about it, his hair and football. What could get better than that? I'll see you right after the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, whoa, I got to add you. I have with me Rios from the Just Fans Podcast. What's up, Rios? How are you, buddy?
Glad to be on, even though not so excited to talk about football. You know, sports are stupid anyway.
Sports are stupid. You know who doesn't think sports are stupid? That would be Dallas right now. Dallas thinks sports are great. Dallas thinks this is like fantastic.
Sports are awesome right now, man. It's been since I was in high school. It's been over 10 years since the culture this good. You know what I'm saying? Sports has never been this awesome for me. It's amazing, man. It feels like all is right in the world. Back into a division where the culture dominating and everybody else is kind of just trying to figure it out.
Let's just wrap it up. All right, cool. All right,
folks. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you. Me and Rios are going to drink some more. So anyway. Welcome aboard, gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. So I got a bunch of little questions for us or whatnot. Raise your hand if you called Danny Dimes, aka Indiana Jones, into doing what he's done so far. I actually called it a dark horse segment on another podcast, not my own, but another podcast. And they shared me the clip. And they're like, "You're the only one that called it." So Dallas, what the heck's going on over there? What happened?
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I know going into the season, like of course, as a Colts fan going into the offseason, everything was chaotic, man. I couldn't understand anything that was going on. I was just hoping that we didn't look terrible, you know.
Right.
I was starting to kind of get myself to be excited about the season. I was like, man, at the end of the day, this is the best roster that Danny Dimes has ever had around him. He's never really had a decent defense. He's only really ever had Saquon Barkley. So we'll see what he can do. And man, he's been doing the damn thing. Now I'm not gonna sit here front and lie and pretend. We have had three pretty cupcake teams up in these first 3 weeks. That Titans game was definitely a blessing in disguise
vanilla icing.
But, I mean, the Rams, I think, will be kind of one of our first true tests this season. Luckily for the Colts, we have one of, I believe, the easiest schedules. I haven't actually looked at it ranking-wise, but I know I looked at the schedule the other day and said, man, I'm looking at 4 games. Of course, you have the Rams, the Chargers, the Chiefs. About 4 games that I'm looking at us that we could possibly lose. Other than that, if the Colts keep playing the way they are right now, man, we're looking like having a pretty decent season. I'm not talking Super Bowl bound. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I'm not crazy or anything, but yeah, man, I'm not really sure what's gotten into everybody, man. It looks like Danny Dimes is really just he's out to prove something. Everybody talked about Anthony Richardson in the offseason. Nobody really expected Danny Dimes to do anything, and this is his opportunity. It might be one and done. We'll see how it goes, but I'm soaking it up.
Hey, I love it. I'm about it. It is a pleasant surprise. Looking at it, it has to be one of the most balanced offenses I've seen. They seem to run well, they seem to pass well, and they know when to call it. Which brings me to the next question here. Rios, what the hell happened to the offense? What's going on? What's happening in Houston?
Well, during the offseason when they hired Nick Cayley, I was one of the ones that's very optimistic. I was like, oh, okay, the McVay offense, CJ Stroud, that should be a match made in heaven. Mm-hmm. What we have seen is the Temu version of the Patriots offense, which I have said for the last several years does not work without Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Belichick showed he couldn't win without Brady anywhere.
Right.
And that offense does not work without Tom Brady. It's just he's not the most physically gifted guy, but his mind is on another level than every other quarterback in the NFL history, honestly.
Right.
And he's what made that offense work. Without him, it just doesn't work. And this team doesn't have CJ Stroud's not Tom Brady. Doesn't have his football IQ. And they don't have the type of roster the Patriots had to kind of run this offense. So they're really going to have to go back to the drawing board, which is weird to say week 4, but like they gotta change something up because they can't keep running the same offense week after week because it's going to get real ugly real quick.
Well, I will say this for you, Rios. As long as my coach gets fired, I don't give a flying flip what happened.
No,
I
it's
really don't. I
We
really
were
don't.
talking about that at work. My general manager is like, "Hey man, so I think the game's gonna go tomorrow." I'm like, "Well, one of my good buddies is a Titans fan. He's hoping for a blowout, so his coach can get fired."
I want him gone. I want him
And
gone.
players feel the same as well, so I wouldn't be surprised they're
They're done.
this is just a made out there on Sunday when it comes to tackling.
Well, look, if he made those mistakes in week 1 or year 1, right? Which is fine. I give you a pass in year 1. It's hard to be a head coach in the NFL. You can make your little mistakes. Vrabel made his mistakes. I was accepting of it. You have to learn how to be a head coach along with everything else. But you still make a mistake like you did again. Denver, I forgive him for. I think he was just gambling. With the Colts, that's just basic function of the offense. And you just, horrible. And you did 2 things. You didn't go and hurry up. And you look completely befuddled, and you tried to kick a 62-yard field goal. What are you doing? Absolutely. And after that, it was one of the ugliest scenes I've ever seen at my stadium. Not just that, but just fans were just livid. Could not believe that he was that vapid. It's utterly to me. And he's lost his play calling duty. So I know I just need one more little push to get him to the cliff. Whoa, and the mouse comes up and pushes the cartoon character. Yeah, down you go, Callahan. And it bums me out. But hey, look, I like my quarterback, okay? I haven't liked my quarterback in a long time. So I like my quarterback. So I'll take it. But yeah, so here we are in the AFC South, boys. We have the Texans and Titans, who are both pissed at their own team because they can't figure out what the hell they're going to do.
0.
Yeah, it's just awful. You have the Jaguars, which are I don't really know what they're doing. They look crazy. And then you got the Colts, who's running the most balanced offense I've seen in a while. If that is not NFL football in the AFC South, I don't know what is at this point, because it is just straight confusion. But
even as a Colts fan, I'm starting to sit here and look and say, man, the NFL script writers were having a blast when it came to writing out the AFC South this year. You got Texans.
Yeah.
Really, I think they lost Joe Mixon before the season even started. Besides Nico Collins, Tank Dell isn't he still hurt for most of the year? I feel like the Texans are really still reeling from all the problems they had at the end of last year. The Titans are recovering from the Willie May era.
Reset button.
They're hitting that reset button, and Cam Ward is looking good. I know that I'm afraid of Cam Ward in the next few years. We have a good of the 3 teams we have here. You got CJ. You definitely got Cam Ward over there in Tennessee. You guys definitely have some good hope for the future. So we'll see if Anthony Richardson might be able to learn some lessons sitting behind Danny Dimes here in this season here. We'll have to see what that happens, but. Yeah, the AFC South is definitely I don't think anybody had what's going on in the AFC South on their bingo card this year.
No, me neither. Rios, and I'll ask you this too, Dallas, but first, Rios. How long we give a T-Law here? My God. This is what, year 5 for Trevor Lawrence? You and I have posted about this. We both had Jaguars fans. You were a lot more spirited than I was, but yeah. How long are the Jaguars seriously going to pay this man to put up mediocre to bad numbers?
With the way his contract is set up, he's going to be one of the highest paid NFL players, not just quarterbacks, one of the highest paid NFL players for the next several seasons. And that money's guaranteed. they're kind of stuck with him.
Mm-hmm.
And the excuses have been mounting up for years. Even the broadcasters called out, they showed his stats compared to his peers, and then they showed his salary compared to his peers. It's he's getting top 3 quarterback money with bottom 16, bottom 14 quarterback rating, bottom quarterback touchdowns, yards. Every metric that they measure quarterbacks by, he's just not good. It's mediocre.
It's bad. Yeah, it's mediocre to bad. Dallas, your thoughts on Trevor Lawrence?
I think that the Jaguars are running kind of with a Dallas Mavericks approach where they came with Luka Doncic. I think you're going to see T-Law. When it comes in the history of the Jacksonville Jaguars, they've never really had a good enough quarterback to even be a mediocre quarterback. They've had the bottom of the barrel for the entire history of the franchise, damn near. So you're looking at T-Law being mediocre, yes, but he's also had every excuse in the book when you have the different things that have gone on in the front office with the coaches, just everything that's gone on around T-Law. He fortunately, and for himself, if he was in any other position, T-Law would be gone. But unfortunately for him, the Jacksonville Jaguars is one of the most poorly run organizations in the entire NFL over the last 5 or 6 years, and the Jaguars really just they're happy to be mediocre, and hopefully they can get anything else figured out in the building, because even if you try to go and figure out T-Law, what else do you have besides Travis Hunter in this town right now? I mean, you're looking at Travis Etienne, who's been a mediocre running back who had flashes. T-Law's been a mediocre quarterback who's had flashes. You're just looking at pretty much their whole roster being built of people that have at their best been a top half of the league player in their respective positions. But I think the Jaguars are going to go with T-Law until they're one of the worst teams, and they can guarantee that they're going to lock in a position, because right now all they're really going to do is continue doing what they've done for the last 26, 27, 28 years, and just getting another CJ Beathard, another quarterback that'll take them 1 to 3 years, and now what?
Yeah. No, I get it. I just don't understand. I bet you they have an out in that contract somewhere. There's got to be one. There's no way you just signed him up. If they signed him up without an out, then you are bad.
I looked it up. There is no out. It just gets higher year after year.
Why? Why
his
would they
agent is going to get a Hall of Fame jacket, because that's just generational robbery right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you got Mr. Duval as your head coach. I mean, it's just one thing after that. They make me feel better, as like all the troubles I'm having. I look at them and I'm like, gee whiz, that contract just sits heavy over my head or whatever. So, Rios and I are going to play each other this Sunday. I think the Houston Texans will get right a little bit here against my bad team, and hopefully destroy what credibility Brian Callahan has left. Very disappointed. So I'll ask you two, who's the next coach of the Tennessee Titans, Dallas? My hope is Joe Brady from Bills. That's my hope.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think Joe Brady is going to probably be the best choice for the Tennessee Titans. You're looking at what he was able to do with this Buffalo Bills offense in his tenure. And I think it's a great fit for what you have in Tennessee. And you're looking at, I honestly, I can't lie to you. I feel like this is the Buffalo Bills year to get over that hump.
Pop.
You're looking at Josh Allen. I bet on him at the beginning of the year to be the MVP favorite this year. You're looking at the Chiefs doing what the Chiefs normally do in the regular season and struggling out of the gate. But I just feel like they have been spurned. They're the Toronto Raptors of the NFL in that few years when LeBron James just had their number. There was nothing they could do until they got Kawhi, man. But I think that this is the year for the Buffalo Bills, and I think Joe Brady, after this year, it's going to be hard for the Buffalo Bills to just be able to keep him as an offensive coordinator. And what better team to go to than a team that has a lot of talent and a lot of potential, a lot of opportunity, and I believe a lot of money coming into this offseason that you can
$162
yeah,
million.
you got he kind of has his ability to do what he wants, and he has a rookie quarterback that has a ton of potential. So I feel like out of the options that you could go to as far as teams that you think are going to need a head coach by the end of the year, I think the Tennessee Titans might be one of the most favorable opportunities to go to, and I think Joe Brady might be the number one contender, and I think he should go to Tennessee.
All right. Rios.
No, I agree with Dallas. I think when you see what Buffalo has done with Josh Allen's development, Cam Ward, he's kind of similar in some aspects. He needs a lot of polish and sometimes the right coaching staff to develop him. And with the right coaching staff and the right amount of patience, getting the pieces in place, he could be a guy your guy for the next decade.
Oh,
so I
God,
agree with Dallas on that one. I think Joe Brady's that kind of coach. Just his offensive mindset and him implementing what he runs with Buffalo, putting that in Tennessee, which I mean, again, as a Texas fan, it concerns me a little bit. But I mean, what can you do?
No, I mean, success, right? They have to go somewhere and prove themselves and whatnot. What I really don't want, guys, is John freaking Gruden, and it haunts me. He lives here. People know him.
White banana.
Yeah, spider-white banana, man. I tell you what, that's all I need is the guy that screams his lungs out every freaking game on the sidelines. Gives me the shutters. But boys, we shift from football to the real questions that address us in fandom. It is time for Yes, Yes, No, No. Dallas, 32 teams in the NFL. And wouldn't you know it, you've got the funds and everything to host the biggest tailgate ever. And everybody's coming except one fan base. What fan base is not coming to that tailgate?
Man, I feel like this might just be my local Colorado feeling, but I gotta go to Denver Broncos fan base, man. I've been to Denver Broncos games where they win, and you see Broncos fans in the stands fighting each other. I've seen my dad chased out of the Colts out of Denver Stadium. I've been chased out of Denver Stadium. The best man at my wedding got chased out of Mile High Stadium as a Patriots fan. Bro, it's Denver fans. I feel like they're up there with Eagles fans as some pretty aggressive people, man. It's just like a game like I went to that game in Arizona. It was such a fun time. Like in Denver, you're like always head on a swivel. P's and Q's got to be watched, man. I'm not inviting Denver
flying
Broncos.
at you from the
man.
Yeah. That's crazy. Oh man. Now I thought I was going to go to a game there. Now I'm like, you know what? That's fine. I don't need my foam hat and boas getting yanked around. You know man. Rios, who's not coming to the tailgate?
Real easy. Jacksonville Jaguars fan.
Is that because you're enemy number one in their fan base?
That and so anytime the Jacksonville Jaguars come to town, their fans are the rudest by far, most delusional. I'm like, bro, y'all have accomplished absolutely nothing to have this level of grandiose about y'all. Like,
I actually when in 2017 when they looked like they were going to make it, I said, hey, best of luck to you. And I put my hand out, and this guy slapped my hand, and he said, like, fuck you, and shit like that, too. Like, whatever. And at that time, I was like, you know what? I'm never rooting for that team, no matter what. I don't care what happens at this point.
I'm telling you, they were, like, the most disrespectful, most delusional. Like, Cowboys fans a little delusion, but for the most part, they're still, most of them are, the ones, especially the ones from Texas, they're still friendly. You can have friendly back and forth banner with them.
Sure.
No, you cannot.
We do it all the time. They freaking, like, I don't know what their problem is. I don't get it. I really don't. All right. Question number 2, boys. She's hot. She's beautiful. She's everything you wanted to be. And Rios, she's wearing a Jaguars jersey, but she's all yours. What do you do?
Jesus, man. I've dated girls that were Cowboys fans, Packers fans, 49ers fans.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I really got to think
Dallas doesn't know what to do. He's like, guess I'm celibate.
Man, I'm going to do everything I can to convert her because I can't know. Absolutely not.
I feel the same way, man. I feel like you got to give it the good old, like, you're only a Jaguars fan because your dad was a Jaguars fan. That's the only reason. Like, let me show you
let me try
at least what somewhat happiness is like over on the other side of winning more than 8 games a season. I'm not saying we're the best team in the league or anything. And if you're just that delusional, then I can't do that. Like, there's obviously something wrong with
what on the plus side, she'd never expect a ring. So
that's right. Leave the jersey on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, that's fine. Oh, man, that's fantastic. Okay, last one for yes, yes, no, no. Okay. You got box seats at a stadium, but you can't wear your own jersey into that stadium. Like, you have box seats, let's say, my stadium or whatever else, but you can't wear your Houston gear in there. Are you still going to go?
Yeah, I'm still going to go. It's box seats.
Yeah. Go Texans!
My defense, I can wear Houston Oiler gear because it's
no one will ever know.
So the real question is, would you go to any other stadium and be like, say you're like a guest of honor, free tickets, but you have to wear this team's jersey on the sideline?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't think I could do it.
I feel like I
really
could do the
don't think-
Bengals. I feel like there's a couple teams I'd be willing to do.
Yeah, there's
you know?
a few I'm willing to do.
Yeah, but like the Patriots, you gotta be fucked up. I'm not wearing no
I'm not
Patriots
a
jersey.
Patriots jersey. No chance. I'm not
I don't
wearing
even
a
like to put the
Patriots.
colors orange and blue together. Like when I do pictures.
If Tom Brady's in the building, I will wear the Patriots jersey.
Oh, okay.
Only if Tom Brady's in the building. That's about it.
The thing is, I've become kind of a brand. I'm not a big deal, but I am kind of a brand here as Mr. First Down. I don't think I could do it. Like I think at that point, it's like everybody knows who I am at this point. So
we would all have to take pictures and use it every chance we could get.
oh, I know. I would be destroyed. I would be
Especially
raked over the coals. I'd be kicked out of the cookout. I can't do this.
I made a bet one time with my brother, like the Cowboys were playing the Colts, and I was like, yeah, if whatever team wins, like you have like the loser has to wear the other team's jersey, and the Colts lost to the Cowboys, had to wear a Tony Romo jersey. Boy,
that was me and Carlos. His cousin lives in Fort Worth. We went there when the Texans played the Cowboys back in 2022, and we made a bet. Loser had to wear the other team's jersey and take a picture and post it on social media.
Yeah,
Lord.
Yeah, we did that. We did all that. Yep.
Hey, I will say in my defense, the Texans were terrible. They gave the Cowboys a game.
Yeah.
Hey, that interstate rivalry is real. It's a real thing. You watch the Eagles and Pittsburgh play each other. It gets tight. They want that crown or whatever. Anytime the Florida teams play each other, it gets a little tight or whatnot. It's good stuff. Let's see. That Colts O-line is miles better than the Giants. Ain't that the truth? Congrats, Sam. Guardians are in the playoffs. That's what I like to hear. Sam's happy about his baseball team. Yeah, I needed that. Yeah.
You could be. I mean, at least the Colorado Rockies narrowly avoided the worst record in MLB history. So fuck yeah, look at us. We're not the worst.
Was it worse than the White Sox?
It was like what we were one game short of the worst record in MLB history.
Yikes!
You know what? Baseball's a stupid sport anyway.
Yeah, man. Baseball's a stupid sport, especially in Colorado. It's a stupid sport out here.
He's going to be showing up in his Houston, whatever, soccer team or whatever. No, anything you can grasp on.
Well, I was
hockey.
The last time they missed the playoffs was 2016, so I can live with a decade of dominance. I can live with that.
What do you say? You get off the roll. You say what Dallas Clark probably said over here when he got off the winning streak with Peyton Manning. Hey, I had a great time. I have no regrets.
Yeah,
that's what you say. Oh, almost
More
like
AL Pennants, World Series. I can live with that. Just
dang,
rebuild and come back stronger.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Let me see. Is there anything else? Other than the Colts, Dallas, who's the biggest surprise here? Other than Danny Dimes, who's the biggest quarterback surprise you have seen in the entire league so far?
Man, honestly, I think it's kind of a crazy answer to it, but I think all of the injuries this year have been really surprising. Dude. I mean, we're in week 3. We've lost Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow was my second favorite to win MVP this year, and for Joe Burrow to come off the wrist injury the year before last year, go into the fucking worst turf toe of all time. I just can't even, like, it's so insane to me. And then you're looking at Jaden Daniels, you're looking at Brock Purdy. Like, quarterbacks have been going down left and right. Like, luckily for me, even if Danny Dimes does go down, we have Anthony Richardson, and I wouldn't be upset to see Anthony Richardson, but the way Danny Dimes is playing, I'd like him to stay upright if he possibly can. I think also, if we're talking a specific person, I think Michael Penix Jr., the amount that he's been struggling out of the gate, I didn't think he would be, a savior or anything for the Atlanta Falcons, but I thought he'd have some hope behind him. Like right now, Cam Ward's not playing. You guys are 0-3. Cam Ward's not playing amazing, but there's hope behind Cam Ward. Right now, Michael Penix, there's a lot of questions and a lot of doubts.
Right. But Cam Ward is not Mayo Man. That's what it boils down to. You know what I mean?
He has it between the ears, unlike Mayo.
Where even is Will Levis right now?
So get this. He was debating whether to have this surgery, and once he found out Cam Ward was starting, he had to get his shoulder fixed a week before the injury started. And I guarantee you, our GM was probably like, "You son of a bitch."
Mm-hmm.
So,
hey, fun fact about Cam Ward. So he grew up not too far from where I work. So he's from West Columbia, Texas, which is about 10 minutes from where I work. So it's sort of a homecoming game for him because, I mean, it's close he can get to West Columbia. And it's funny because my general manager, he knows him because his son, played with him in high school.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Friends, like he knows them and like he knows the family. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
I'm friends with his aunt. She lives over here, which is a little different. I was friends with her before he was a Titans fan, so it was kind of cool to see her. Like all of a sudden, I was like, "Oh, that's your nephew? Well, that's awesome. Good for you."
It's kind of crazy, how small the world is. Because like CD Lamb, he grew up, not too far from where I live now. I mean, I'm originally from Houston. I lived there for 30 plus years. I moved out here to Richmond, which is like 20 minutes outside of Houston. Mm-hmm. I saw the card of one of his high school friends. He showed me the pictures of them in high school. I'm like, oh damn, you knew CD Lamb? Like, actually knew. Like, you guys hung out.
Yeah, no, that's freaking cool. Rios, do you have a surprise this season that you've seen that you're like, wow?
Actually, yeah, Geno Smith. I
thought he'd be better.
Quarterbacks essentially go to die, just like Cleveland.
Right.
He's still carrying his form over from Seattle. Like he's actually, mind you, this is not a very talented roster at all.
No.
But he's still putting up numbers. They are still in games. Like he still looks like, hey, you know what? Seattle wasn't a fluke. Like I am a legitimate NFL quarterback. Like
him, Pete Carroll, they make it work.
They do.
They got some. I was actually hoping that the Raiders would come out a little more steady. They have it. I thought for sure with Pete Carroll, though, they would come out a little hard hitting and then kind of fall off through the year.
Yeah, I think that's going to be at least a 2 or 3 year project. But they got some pieces in place.
You got Genty. Genty looks like a guy.
And they got Geno and they got Brock Bowers.
Yeah. My biggest
25-year-old in history.
My biggest surprise is that we've had a goose egg, kind of like what you're talking about with Penix in Atlanta. To score no points against Carolina and for Carolina to 30 point you. That was so shocking to me. I was like, no, because you could look at both of those rosters lined up. And Atlanta has them pretty much beat in every position. And
every single position.
Nothing. A nothing burger is just absolutely unacceptable. Raheem Morris should be almost fired immediately. Either that or anything.
I have Bijan Robinson in fantasy and him having a 16-point game against Carolina. I was like, is this a typo? Is my phone lagging? What's going on?
You should have watched the Huddle podcast. Dallas would have told you what to do.
I actually took the first 3 weeks of the season off because of the wedding and the honeymoon.
Yeah,
so I was like, I'm actually getting back in everything this week, so it's gonna be nice. I've been leaving everybody out there hanging to dry. I've been trying to be active on social, but I couldn't be out on the honeymoon on the beach in Jamaica. Like, hey guys, there's some fantasy advice. My wife would be like, nah, this is not happening.
We're celebrating my wife's birthday like yesterday and today, right? So like I'm happy to have this little niche carved out for me because I'm immediately going back downstairs. But yeah, it's all right. Welcome to the married life, brother. Enjoy,
man.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Look at Rios.
I enjoy being a man whore.
We'll get you. We'll get you, Rios. We're gonna find you a nice lady. Anyway,
as long as she's rich, I can live with that. So she can support my dreams.
Yeah, Rios is like, well, gotta go pick up Ethel from her doctor's appointment.
Gotta go get Ethel.
Yeah,
Gertrude is. She got to get it from the bus stop.
You're looking great, Ethel. Gertrude, gee whiz. Thank you guys for coming on. Rios, where can the people find you?
So you can follow me on Twitter at mrios281. You can follow our Just Fans podcast at JustFans22. Same thing on YouTube and Instagram. We're trying to be a little more consistent. We all have hectic schedules, so we, sometimes it's kind of hard for us to all get together and, sit down and record, but we're trying to get back into the groove of things.
Mm-hmm. It's hard, man. I'm dealing with the twin girls and the baby, a 2-year-old boy, and the 2-year-old boy has decided that everything's a toy, and he has gotten into everything and anything he can.
They're not called terrible twos for no reason, man.
Dude, that boy is wild. It's like Tasmanian devil. It's whatever. Dallas, where can the nice people find you?
You can find me over on X or Twitter at the Huddle Chat. You can find me on YouTube at the Huddle Chat as well. Wherever you watch your podcast, mostly Spotify is where I get most of my audio podcasts put up there as well. Like I was telling y'all, like I took off the first few weeks of the season just because, you know, getting married, getting the honeymoon and everything.
Yeah,
but getting ready to get locked back in and everything. So if you're looking for any fantasy football advice, start them, sit them, trade targets, anything you need, I got your back. And we're also going to try to make some money together. So like I said, man, hit me over on the Huddle Chat for the Huddle Chat Sports Network. And I can't wait to see y'all again throughout the rest of the season, man. I'm glad to be back with y'all for the first time.
Hey, we're back, baby. We're back. I love it.
I'm getting my ass kicked in fantasy.
Please like and subscribe. Follow these two young gentlemen. They're very pretty. Look at them. Look how beautiful they are. Anyway, you don't have to watch this ugly mug. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you next Saturday or Friday. We haven't quite decided, and maybe on another channel, but we'll find out together. Keep in touch. Y'all have